Hi, Julie here, and today's video is covering why child OCD is like a greedy monster. I can always remember the first therapy session we went on with our daughter when she first got really ill with OCD. And I remember her likening it to a pop-up game and also to a greedy monster. It was like a pop-up game in that I don't know if you can remember playing that game as a child. I know I can remember it. We used to have a little hammer and pop in the peg, and as one peg went down, another one popped up. Well, this is very similar to OCD in that as you challenge and get over one issue, another one pops up in its place. But I was very intrigued by the analogy she gave of it being like a greedy monster, and I thought, well, why is child OCD like a greedy monster? Well, you soon learn when you've got a child with OCD, because it actually gets more and more demanding, and the more you feed it and give in to its demands, the hungrier and the more it wants. So the thing that we found that we had to do to actually overcome this was to actually have consistency, because it's really, really important that you're consistent in that all your actions need to be the same. So you don't want one person in the family doing one thing and another doing another, because then the OCD and the monster just gets greedier and more demanding. So it's really, really important to be consistent in what you're doing to stand up to OCD. The second one is to actually be determined, because you will need determination when you're fighting OCD. Because what you'll find is no matter how strong a relationship you've got, both with your children, with your partner, with your husband, whatever the case may be, it will push your relationships to the absolute brink, and I can guarantee that. And it really is testing on any relationship. So you are going to have to be very determined in your efforts and all stand together to actually fight up to this greedy monster. And finally, you need to fight it by taking care. Now, I can't stress enough how much care you need to adopt when you're actually fighting child OCD. Because like any other child mental health illness, child OCD requires practically kid gloves when you're actually dealing with it, because it can be very dangerous, the consequences, if you're not very careful in how you approach it. I would strongly urge you to actually seek some medical help, whether it be down the paid route or the national health route, when you're actually standing up to it, and actually go by their advice and actually take it step by step, because recovery from child OCD is very, very slow. Our daughter's just about coming out through the other end, and she's still not fully there, and that's 3 years later, and that's with a lot of therapy, but it is a very slow process. But trust me, it's worth it in the end. Okay, so I would urge you, and when you are actually trying tricky therapy, always monitor what they're doing and that they're keeping themselves safe from harmful thoughts. I can't stress that enough to you. Okay, so that's today's video on why OCD is like a greedy monster, and how to stand up to it carefully and to remain consistent and determined in your efforts. Again, if you've enjoyed the video, please put a thumbs up at the bottom or pop a comment in the bottom, not only for me to know that I'm sharing valuable advice that you are actually enjoying, but also because it will help me to rank in YouTube better, and I can then get my message across to more parents in my situation. I also I've written a lot of other blogs on the topic, so I'll actually put a link to my blog at the bottom, and you're more than welcome to take a look at that. And also, I'm starting a new group, so the parents like myself who have children with OCD and anxiety can actually all share help and advice and thoughts together in my group. Okay, so I'll actually pop a link to my group as well. Okay, so that's it from today, how child OCD is like a greedy monster. And again, please pop a like if you've enjoyed what I've shared. Bye for now.